Hello everybody, and welcome to another video of mine with Wisconsin All-Star Wrestling. We last event got super close. We're at 69%. That's like 1% away from the benchmark to get $250,000. And also adding two other bonuses of 0.05 in other regions for us. But yeah, we've been on the grind and using our stars as to the best of our ability. And we are in November, so we have this month and next month. And the promise for Oscar Shaw may not happen because I already have it pre-planned and booked, and he's dealing with Butch Taylor, with Luis Duraila, and there's just no plans for him to get a title win, so I may ruin a little bit of a relationship with him, but within the plans, trying to finish off the year strong with event number 11, and let's just simulate straight through it, look at our financials a little bit, that, you know, we're progressively getting there. With sponsorships, a little bit of the merchandise is getting up there. We've been at least getting double the amount of money besides August and July, but we've been, we'll use 1,200, but we've been, making profit of 1,200 at least when it comes to ticket sales and everything. So that's been going good with us, but with all the stars and everything that we've been using in the production of $600 is quite a bit of a stretch. So let's simulate to the event on November 26th on a Saturday. I kind of simulate to like the day before to make sure of anything, and we'll probably get stopped with emails as usual. We got 2 emails. Okay, so we got a title request, Ryan Dominguez. We're gonna reject you. Really don't have a match, and she signed with Massachusetts. Alright. But is she completely gone? No, she is not. Alright, so she's part of like 5 different promotions, which is not bad, not bad. So we'll continue on with simulating. At least we don't have any like medical stuff with like the drug testing. Alright, it's the 25th. Obviously our financials are going down. Population's been going up pretty well. We're at 5.1, which is pretty good. Simulate the next day. Got no mail. Can legit go right into the show. Nothing really else to look at. Start show. Have it pre-booked. And great start. This is a new storyline popping up right away, and Ava Torres has a very good star power with like 90 to 100, so it's very good, and I didn't want to waste her on sitting in the back, and found a good opportunity for her to be involved in the show. And Isabella Carlson is having a promo, is like, yeah, you think you're so good and everything, and I'm going to be kind of like an underdog, a face that's going to, face you. And they start with a 73 overall to start the show, which is great. Hopefully that will help for the overall ending portion of the show. We got a 10-minute match. It's triple threat tag team match for the title. And apparently, Athlete Central cannot lose the titles. They just can't. And this was kind of like the ending portion of the tag team storyline, because they keep fluctuating back and forth, and the Crew's high-flying twin brothers, they can't seem to win, maybe for like a singles match, but when it comes to a tag team against the Kings of the World, they can't seem to win at all. So this was kind of like a benchmark, put the titles on the line, and we had the good looks of Bo Davies. Zarev and I was struggling with breath. Egon Mortensen, he won the match, and he also had good looks and star power to the match. Maxim Cruz was struggling. He had selling, masterful in tag team situations, and he put in a huge effort. Kid Cruz was struggling with breath, and then he has the same thing as Maxim Cruz, because they're both identical within skill sets and everything of like traits. So they put out the same kind of effort. They sell pretty well. They're masterful in these tag team situations, and they put in huge effort. They both have explosive styles. The vocal crowd were in love with the segment. Harley Bird did most of the heavy lifting to put the match story together. Stage or camera quality looked good, and then camera quality limits possible audience satisfaction. Harley Bird and Egon successfully retain. Bo Davies and Zarev, they lose 0.1, and Egon and Harley gain 0.2, and Maxim and Kid Cruz lose nothing overall, and they gain nothing. So Maxim Cruz helped everyone learn in the segment, so they had a 74 overall calculation crowd reaction. They had a 4-star match at 88 match quality, and then the true score of 72, but overall with calculations at a 52 final score. And we have an angle with Luister and Oscar cutting a promo with Butch. Oscar, unstable gimmick and star power and good looks of Oscar added to it, with a 73% of the angles. So Oscar and Butch gained 0.2. Luister didn't gain anything. So 73 overall for the segment, which is pretty good. And we have Billy Clean and Emmett Rossi. The intimidating presence of Emmett added to the match. The good looks of Emmett. The vocal crowd were in love. Their reaction was better. Billy Clean won, but they lost nothing and they gained nothing. Stage and camera quality the same. Then we have 71 true calculated overall and 65% match quality. And a score of a 65%, but overall final score of a 47%. Then we have 52% with an angle of Alex Adams cutting a promo on Aaron Carrasco. They both gained 0.2. The good looks of Alex Adams and the star power of Aaron Carrasco added to it. So 52% for the angle. Then we have a 3-star match with Killian James and Ryan Dominguez. And we had Taraku Sergo, Taraku. He was he's with the storyline with Killian James, but with Killian, in the notes that I had before, Killian James and Ryan Dominguez were good, have a decent chemistry as opponent. So I thought to, kind of with the storyline of putting them together and then have Taraku kind of interfere with it, so that way it's part of the storyline, so to speak. Killian James had a boost of his gimmick, the star power of Killian, and then he was struggling with breath. The star power of Ryan Dominguez, and he was struggling for breath. The vocal crowd were in love with the segment. The reaction made it even better. Killian James and Ryan Dominguez have decent chemistry as opponents, and it helped the match quality. Stage and camera quality the same. Killian James gained 0.2, and Ryan Dominguez lost 0.1. So They had a 61% with the calculation of the crowd reaction, a 74% match quality, and a 43% final score, but a 59 score segment calculation. So the next segment, and we have a 79% with James Adkins and Vanduan Conte. They both gain 0.2. James Adkins, they both have star power that added to the beat. They have decent star power going into it. Their storyline has been tremendously helpful, chugging along, and the score is getting up and up. So this helps them move along quite a bit. So the game 0.2, they both have star power, 79% overall, with a true score of 100, but with the multiplier 77 and stuff like that, with all the the stage quality and everything else. Then we have a 52% with a triple threat tag team championship on the line, and we have new champions. So the intimidating presence of Abby Perry, and Aubrey Wilder was struggling with breath at the end. D'Angelo had a boost of their gimmick. Richards had a boost of their gimmick. Riley MacArthur was to their side. Then we have the arrogant duo that makes their debut of Dana Rocha and Deborah Cherry. They both have arrogant gimmicks to them, so I just kind of put arrogant duo and put them together. They seem to match pretty well. Deborah Cherry was struggling with breath at the end. The vocal crowd were in love with it. The reaction made it better. Deborah Cherry did the heavy lifting part of the match. Stage and camera quality the same. Aubrey and Abby are new champions now, so the millionaire reality of that stable does not have the tag team champions and the trio tag team champions. They just only have the trio, because Aubrey and Abby have the tag team titles now. They gain 0.2. Richards and D'Angelo lost 0.1, and Rocha lost 0.1. And Deborah Cherry didn't lose anything. So they have a 79 with calculation, absolute value, 72% match quality, and a true segment score of 72, but 52 calculation final score. Then we have a match, 44% with Anna Becker and Holly Chen. They've been going at it with each other because they both have decent star power, main event power, and face and heel. Thought they would match well with each other, and it seems like they've been going a rocky road here and there. Their angles have been doing pretty well compared to their matches, but Holly Chen had a boost of her gimmick, the star power of her, the intimidating presence, and then she was struggling for breath. The vocal crowd were in love with the segment. Holly Chen did the heavy lifting. Anna Becker had nothing to do with it, and the stage and camera quality looked good, but limits audience like usual. Holly Chen gained 0.2 as she wins, and Anna Becker didn't lose or gain anything. So they had a absolute value calculation of 65%, match quality of 63, final true segment score of 60%, but final score calculation and everything of 44%. Then we have an 82. These two have been rocking back and forth, good back and forth. And 82%. It was a rocky start, and then it's been boosting up ever since. They both have been dealing with the every event championship. I wish it was with someone else, because I would want that championship to be defended every single event, but with them two having it, and with how good they've been doing with it, it's been pretty well for them. Jane Cooper cuts promo on Javen Ibori. gains 0.2 from it. Javen Ibori doesn't gain anything. The cocky gimmick of Jaden and star power and good looks added to the beat for an 82%. So we have a 43% and we have a 42%, but a negative half-star match. So it probably wasn't that great. Zoe Matthews have a good title reign since she won against Anna Becker. And Rain Grimes has been beating her, but hasn't put the title on the line. And this was the time where she put the title on the line, and she has officially lost it. I thought maybe she would not lose the title, but she lost it. As you can see on the bottom, Rain Grimes is the new Women's All-Star Wrestling Champion. So the star power of Zoe Matthews, she was struggling with breath. The star power of Rain Grimes, the intimidating presence of Rain Grimes added to it, and the good looks of Rain Grimes. The vocal crowd were in love with the segment, made their reaction even better. And Rain Grimes did the heavy lifting. So Matthews lost 0.1, and Rain Grimes gained 0.2. So overall, sorry, I hit my keyboard. Overall, so with that stable, they gain the tag team titles, but then Zoe Matthews loses her Women's All-Star Wrestling Championship belt. So they would have had all three of them at least had a belt, but this time Zoe Matthews lost her title and Aubrey and Abby gained the tag team champions. So they've been good with reigning, defending championships, winning them, losing them, and overall it's been a good quality trio for them. And then we have a true calculation score of 70%, 42% with match quality with a negative star, half star, and a true segment score of 59, but calculation of final score of 53 for the semi-main events, and the main event of a 70% of Quadis and Matthias. He put the title on the line, and he successfully retained. By aiming to steal the show, the workers really upped their game in ring. The major spot brought the match to another level. Quadis had a boost of his performance. The star power of Quadis added to it, and then Matthias Langley had a boost of his performance of his gimmick, and then he had star power. The intimidating presence of Matthias Langley added to the match. The big spot had the crowd on their feet. The vocal crowd were in love with the segment. Their reaction made it even better. Stage and camera quality was the same, and putting on such an incredible match impressed the crowd and raised the popularity of everyone involved. So Quadis gained 0.6, even because he probably would have gained probably the 0.8 if he would have won it, or even more. But Matthias Langley gained 0.8, which is quite fascinating and cool with overall of this going on. So that is great. We had a 97% absolute value, which is phenomenal. A 4-star match of a 98% match quality. And then we had a true segment score of 97, but with everything calculated being a 70% final score. I think with this event, we have hit our 70% mark, which will be phenomenal, because then we get $250,000 added to our bank account. No! How? I wonder if it's like the 43, the 44, 52, 40. Yeah, but I thought, like, I think it's overall, I think if this was boosted up by 7%, that may have helped us, and this by 6%. Because it's like, it seems like the angles really helped it out, and this match really made it pop. But I think we may get the popularity of people actually coming to the show. So 62%. I thought we would get it, but I guess with the 52, 43s, 44, 52, 43, 44, 73 for Butch Taylor and Oscar and stuff like that, was pretty well. But yeah, there was a lot more 50s and 40s than 70s, so that makes sense. In our summary, we had 262 people. So we had one less than the last event, which isn't bad. So we gained the 0.3, and we had a 62%. It sucks, but thought maybe it kind of balanced everything out, but, you know, overall, it's a very good outing. There's a lot of championships being either kept or swapped. So we're going to proceed to the next 4 days and see what we got for like merchandise and stuff. Finance. So we got 78%, or not 78%, $78 with merchandise. Sponsorships, 420. So 628, but we've made $10 less. So it's one less ticket sale that we had from last event. I think overall, with that being said, let's look at storylines right now. So Isabella and Torres, 73 right now. Killing James Chiguaru, 52. 67 for James Atkins and Vanduan, 73. Okay, so that's increasing a little bit. Since they had a 70% match, so I probably dropped it a little bit, maybe by 1 or 2%, with that match being a 70%, and their angles have been really well. And to make a storyline match, it has to be at an 80. So I'm going to keep these guys going for right now. Butch Taylor and Luister, they haven't really been doing much besides that last 73. It's like the angles will do well, but the matches won't do anything. And these two are starting to produce, but it was just the angles that they produce too as well. It seems like everybody will produce on the angles, but they won't produce in the matches, which is frustrating, because you'd want them to produce in the matches. This one, I think I'm going to end because they're like plateauing at this point. Between 40 and 50, they just plateau, so I'm just going to end it. This one's going strong. I'll keep this going for right now. They'll start to turn over, especially with Rain Grimes winning the championship, and I think that's the first time the championship was involved, so we'll keep it running and see how hot that will get. Vanduan and James are doing fantastic. Yeah, it's the angles and the matches get like 50s, but they'll increase. Aaron and Alex, they just started, so I'm going to keep it going. And same with Holly and Anna. Billy and, yeah, these bottom, especially this one coming at a 73% right away, is phenomenal. So, that's it for that. Am I going to end this one? Yeah, I'm going to end this one. It's not really doing much for me. it's kind of like some of them you play around and see what happens, and so on and so forth. But also, what I'm going to do is, right now, Matthias and Quadus are doing phenomenal for me. And we're going to look my roster, or we're going to look at contracts right now. They are doing phenomenal. So, I'm going to look up Matthias. So right now it's pay per appearance, and he's making $550 per appearance. Recommended 864. I'm gonna make it into a written contract. This is gonna be the first guy that I'm gonna do it. He's gonna be removed from California, Alabama, and Nevada. But he's really good, and overall, I'm going to make it cheap. It's going to be $500, so it's just $50 less per month. We're going to change it. We're going to steal him. He's been doing phenomenal. Yeah, he wants that 12,960. Sorry, bud. It's not going to happen. So, I'm stealing you right now. It's going to expire at your expiration date. We're going to look at someone else right now, too, as well. My promotion, who I think Butcher... I know Butcher, Kid, and Maxim, I said it after the year, but I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do $250 for per month for written contracts for them, because it's almost the year's over, or I continue to allow them, because Butcher's only with us, so I don't really have to worry about him. But Kid and Maxim Cruz are with like 6 different... Okay, so they're not... He's not a champion right now. And right now he is tag team with somebody else for North Dakota. Well, I am sorry. I am giving these guys a written contract right now for $250 each month. These are my cars that I have the authority to make it happen. Because I am not going to allow people to steal them on written contracts now. So they're on a written contract. We're going to simulate the next day, because they're going to say they're no longer with this company because they have written contracts now. And especially with Matthias, I could possibly sell merchandise. Like, do something with merchandise, because he probably will make a decent amount of money. Is there anyone else? Other than that, if other people steal other people, I wouldn't mind. I think that is it, unless if I just keep Quadus for sure, but it's not like he's signing with anyone else at this point. Harley Bird, he acts like he wants to leave anyway, so I might leave that contract to run out, but he's our tag team champion. It's Egon. What are these guys? He's 57. He's 95. And Bo Davies, he always complains. So... Yeah. Yeah, Vittori's is at a 90. So, and with that, with Isabella, so that way we can show you the difference. She's at a 96. So, and they have good popularity with each other. So, overall, that is it for the video. So, thought maybe we would gain some extra money. We're going to simulate the next day. There's going to be some news with unless if what is it? Contract friendship. No, it's not that. Worker suspension. But I think we'll see that it's on a written contract. I thought they would leave. Unless if it's not exclusive written contract, because I can sort of negotiate. I thought they would. Thought they would have to leave. Unless if it's like he has to fulfill the contract until September and May and June, and then after that he can't sign with anybody else because he's on a written contract. Or unless if it's a number that he doesn't like, which is $500. That makes a complete difference. We're just gonna go back to contracts. So we'll delete that number. $500. It's a rent contract. It's not. Not expired. No expenses, yes. Match matching, no. Manager, no. Yes, no. Maxim Cruise. Do that. Save changes. We'll do Kid Cruise as well. Delete that. We'll do that. Assume the next day and see if this will do anything. If not, doesn't seem like it's going to do anything, but anyway, so I signed them to a written contract deal. Yes, it's kind of lowballing them, but I am a promotion that is just on the cusp of just trying to move up. You can go all promotions. We have a lot of promotions here. 5, so we have 5.4. Going to be on the cusp of 6 soon. Comes to next year. Storylines expected. Real sports feel. Vocal crowd. Not changing will, yeah, not change anything, because you can change it to, when you go to promotions and do the whole style of changing these, but I'm not going to change it for this series, because otherwise it just doesn't make sense. And I'm not going to unlock any promotions until the end of the year. So at the end of the year, whatever promotion is not unlocked, which was quite a bit, that we'll just unlock them at the start of next year, which is after December. As soon as we get that event done, we will then open everyone up after the events and see who leaves, see who doesn't leave because of bookers, owners, and everything. And people could be leaving my promotion because they're on written contracts for owners and bookers. So other than that, hopefully you enjoyed the episode, and have a good rest of your day.